Hello and welcome to another Language Matrix language learning video. The request was how about languages that where the verb comes at the end of the sentence. So instead of saying I drink coffee, it would be I coffee drink. Hindi is like this. Japanese is like this. Korean is Persian, Farsi, and probably many other languages are known as subject, object, verb, right? Where English is usually subject, verb, object, and everything like that. So what happened? How do you what do we do now with that? What do you do? So I come to my thing here. I go start with the topic, right? You could choose any topic you want, right? Even if it's your first time in Hindi. I chose ChatGPT as the topic, and now I'm going to say I use ChatGPT. That's it. I use ChatGPT. But of course, in Hindi, since it's a verb at the end language, it's not I used, it's I ChatGPT use, right? So मैं is I. Now the object, ChatGPT, and उपयोग करता हूँ means like the use I do. It's like use I do. Karta hun is I do, and upyog is using, and then ka ChatGPT tells me it's like an apostrophe s. It's like a possessive. So it's I ChatGPT's using do or something like that. As a quick side note, that brings us to a very important point, which is that you know you're not going to be translating in your head the whole time. It's impossible to think English and speak Hindi or speak any language other than, right? You have to somehow learn to think in the language that you're speaking. And so I find the best way to do that is to start expressing thoughts, and then it's either a yes I do or no I don't, right? So if you use ChatGPT, then you would say मैं ChatGPT का उपयोग करता हूँ, which is right here, right? If you do not use ChatGPT, then you say मैं ChatGPT का उपयोग नहीं करता हूँ. Okay? So I don't give myself the option between thinking in English or thinking in Hindi. I just give the option of yes, I use ChatGPT, or no, I don't use it. It's multiple choice, limiting your answers. I'm going to give you one of two answers, and they're both in Hindi. Okay? This is how you learn language, by expressing thoughts. मैं ChatGPT का उपयोग करता हूँ. Now we turn it around and say तुम, which is you. It's basically the same thing, just with a question mark. We just turn it around. तुम ChatGPT का उपयोग करते हो. करते हो. So that's the verb conjugation, करते हो. तुम ChatGPT का उपयोग करते हो. And in my case, I'm going to say huh. It's a nasal, huh. मैं, the N is nasal, huh. मैं ChatGPT का उपयोग करता हूँ. What about you? तुम ChatGPT का उपयोग करते हो? Open-ended question is when you say, okay, pretend you said, no, I don't use ChatGPT. Well, what do you use? तुम क्या? Kya is the open-ended question. Kya means what. So you what use do, right? Tum kya upyog karte ho? Someone says, oh, I Claude using do, so मैं Claude ka upyog karta hu. You say, okay, acha, very good, okay? Let's keep it going. Bahashayen seekne means language, or maybe languages. I'm not sure if it's plural or not, but it's language. Seekne. Seekne is the infinitive, learning. So the verbal noun, the activity of that. Bahashayen seekne. It's language learning. So the word order in Hindi here is very different than English. It's I, language learning for. Okay? I, language learning for. ChatGPT use do. Right? So what do you use ChatGPT for? मैं भाषायन सीखने के लिए ChatGPT का उपयोग करता हूँ. And you say, oh, you language learning for ChatGPT use? तुम भाषायन सीखने के लिए ChatGPT का उपयोग करते हो, Tony? And I'm going to say, huh. मैं भाषाएं सीखने के लिए chat GPT का उपयोग करता हूँ. And every time I say it, I get better at it. I feel like I get better. I feel like I'm really writing it into my memory, like something I can actually use. Now, what do we do if you don't, right? If you don't use chat, you'd say nahi karta hu. So you just, if you want, just put a nahi in front of karta hu. And you'd say, मैं भाषाएं सीखने के लिए chat GPT का उपयोग नहीं करता हूँ. And if you don't use ChatGPT for language learning, I would say, well, what do you use for language learning then? Right? तुम भाषाएं सीखने के लिए क्या? What of all things? क्या उपयोग करते हो? One more time. तुम भाषाएं सीखने के लिए क्या उपयोग करते हो? Someone says, oh, मैं भाषाएं सीखने के लिए Duolingo का उपयोग करता हूँ. Get it? And then I'll say, oh, well, to each their own, which is har kisi. Everyone has their preference. Har kisi ki apni pasand hoti hai, which is the useful expressions category. All right? So what did we learn today? We learned that you start with a topic. Let the topic generate a statement. No matter where the verb is in the statement, you're good. However the statement is, great. That's a microcosm of the whole language. Like let that tell you something about the way Hindi works. Oh, it works like this. Okay. So if I could say this, I bet I can say that. If I can say that, you can, right? It's like they say, know one thing, know 10,000 things, like the Zen saying. Know one thing, know 10,000 things. That's so true in language. Right? Create the conversation, create the questions, answers, and there I am. I wrap it up. That's my topic. I'm talking about ChatGPT. A verb at the end, not a problem. Little useful expressions sprinkled on the end there. And I'm ready to just continue learning Hindi by conversing in Hindi.